Welcome back to the podcast. We are here September 1st. When it's September, when it's fall season, when you see autumn spices, pumpkin spices on all the freaking menus at, Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and Krispy Kreme, you know it's football season. When you see the leaves about to change, everything. This is our time, and this is actually the perfect season for AFC North because it's gritty. It's cold. This is going to be that AFC North breakdown of the stacks that we have in this division. This is a very stacked division, top to bottom. Each team has its viable stack for each offense here, clearly. And I don't want to start off with the obvious team. We're going to start off with one of the sleeper teams. We have Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be the first stack. Now, like I said, each of these teams have a very good stack, and they're all doable. It's not like the Kansas City Chiefs where you have to pick and choose. No, you can definitely get this accomplished very easily. Ben Roethlisberger is going bananas late. Before Cam, before Daniel Jones, this is like 13, 14 round. This is really, really late. Ben Roethlisberger, don't even worry about that. I haven't even seen someone even draft him. So, you guarantee you can get him late as a quarterback. Wide receiver and running back is what you have to worry about just a little bit. Running back was James Conner, and he was a sleeper, but he's slowly creeping up. His ADP now, he's going as running back 19, but he's slowly creeping up. He was an average of 51. And you see that plus 5.8. He's slowly coming up. I've seen guys taking him in the late third round, early fourth round, because it's just picking up steam. A lot of these guys are question marks in the running back situation. You got Melvin Gordon a little bit injured. You got Miles Sanders a little bit injured. A lot of people don't really trust Chris Carson. They said James Conner and that offense behind that line, which is deteriorating very fastly if you haven't noticed. But James Conner, they're reverting back to what he was, but he is very injury prone running back. Make sure you get Benny Snell if you have James Conner as your running back, because we already know the story about James Conner. He's solid when he starts, but he gets bit by that injury bug on a consistent basis. But the first guy you need in this offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. Going around that, I want to say late second, early third. Sometimes you can get him in the fourth if you're lucky. Juju is going to be the Antonio Brown for Ben Roethlisberger this season. There's a lot of targets to go around on this team, but if you love the Pittsburgh Steelers and you think this offense is going to go to that next level, Juju is going to be your guy. All right. Then there's guys like Deontay Johnson, who's another threat in the aerial attack. And he's going around, I'm going to say round 9, around 10. But the real sleeper who's being undrafted is going to be Claypool, who was their rookie wide receiver. He's getting rave reviews from the Pittsburgh Steelers camp. This guy has size. He has speed. Absolute monster on that team. And then if you want a tight end, because Vince McDonald was a thing, there's a little lineage of tight ends coming from that Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and this year is going to be Eric Ebron. Okay, Eric Ebron's going super late as well. So this is all doable. I don't know how this is a different offense. It's not what it was in the Indianapolis Colts. You are getting an older Big Ben. They have to get that rapport with Big Ben and Eric Ebron. But it's definitely possible. I don't see him, doing what he did last year. If you just look at the numbers, I think he had an injury last year, but he was definitely a good tight end. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next stack. Thanks to DraftKings right here. I'm going to start off. Let's see. We're going to go Cincinnati. Cincinnati is going to be the next stack. This one is very doable as well. You saw in that clip before with Ben Roethlisberger going really late. You can get Joe Burrow just as late as your quarterback if you believe in him, as you've seen him lead the LSU Tigers to that title. Now you can get him in the NFL. He has some rushing upside. He definitely has the arm, and he has weapons around him. Okay? Thank God Joe Mixon got his contract. That was going to be a huge question mark for people that are drafting Joe Mixon in that first round. And now you have your answer. He's solidified. He's locked in. He has his money. He's going to be happy. You just have to worry about the pass catching ability. They keep giving the ball to Giovanni Bernard. Okay, I want Joe Mixon to get all the work. All right, forget about Giovanni Bernard. You pay the man, now feed the man. Okay, Joe Mixon. If I'm paying first round price, I want at least 40 catches, minimum. All right, and if you're looking at Joe Mixon last season, we're just looking receiving. He had total 45. Good. That's what I want. I want to see that again. He came on late in the year and got that 1,100 yards. That's very good. I want at least the same. I want more because 14 points per game is cute, but that's not elite running back status. All right, you're not at the level of Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, not yet. But Joe Mixon definitely has the ability to get there. Okay. And if you're looking for your wide receiver, I know everyone wants to choose A.J. Green in that 5th round. I know you want to, but the guy who is going to be the number one option on this offense is going to be Tyler Boyd, working in that slot. You know how Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson connected while he was in the slot in LSU? Those are the same type of targets Tyler Boyd is going to get in the NFL. We have injuries to A.J. Green. This allowed the bond of Tyler Boyd and Joe Burrow to grow and grow. There's already been rave reviews on him being a number one target, and this could be a huge year for him. And it's very simple for him. Rookies usually tend to aim in the middle of that field. There's always like a rookie quarterback with your tight end. They always find that connection. Similar to a slot wide receiver in Tyler Boyd. He's going to be working that middle, and he's going to be getting open against those slot corners, all right? And it's going to be easy for Joe Burrow to see those lanes, okay? Next, then you have to. Then I would go to A.J. Green if I wanted to. I really don't feel like it's a need, but people are, still clinging to what the old A.J. Green was. But this is going to be a totally new situation. I have to see it. I need at least week 1 or 2. If you want to, put draft capital on him around that 5th, 6th range, where you can get other wide receivers like a DJ Shark and Jarvis Landry and and Will Fuller, then go by all means go ahead. But I'm not gambling on AJ Green when I can get better talent. And Tyler Boyd is clearly the guy. Tight end is not really much of a worry. CJ Uzomah is the guy. I need to see. You can literally pick him up and see how the first couple weeks go, and then pick him up. All right. But this is a sneaky stack. Not a lot of people are doing it. It's more of a dynasty league stack because Joe Burrow is more of a dynasty guy. Joe Mixon still has tons of years ahead of him. And Tyler Boyd is just an up-and-coming wide receiver. And that is the second stack. Okay. The third stack in this AFC North video is going to be the Cleveland Browns. I'm not that bullish on this as well. It's just because of Baker Mayfield. As once they acquired Odell Beckham, I know everyone was going crazy over this combination of how they stacked this team with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham, and Baker Mayfield had so much hype, but it hasn't worked out yet with Freddie Kitchens, with Greg Williams as the interim head coach, and now it's going to be Kevin Stefanski. This, I see, it can finally help Baker Mayfield because this is more of a running offense for Kevin Stefanski, which you saw in Minnesota Vikings, how Dalvin Cook just ate up the NFL and became a beast. I see the same thing happening for Nick Chubb. Granted, he has people coming down his back like Kareem Hunt, but he's mainly a pass-catching back. Now, I still see 20 touches minimum for Nick Chubb. And behind that line, how they upgraded that line with Jack Conklin as the left tackle and Jedrick Wills as the right tackle. This is a serious offensive line that can block for Baker and can open up seams for Nick Chubb, who's already an elite running back. And if you're telling me Nick Chubb is getting 20 carries guaranteed, give me him. I don't care about the catches. This Nick Chubb is on another level. And if he gets the opportunity, he's going to be a beast. Nick Chubb is going in that first round. Maybe people fall on him because depending on if it's a PPR league, a lot of people stay away and he'll fall to the second round. But to me, it's either, I don't care. I know how good Nick Chubb is. He, as you can see, 17 and a half fantasy points per game. He still had 49. He had 49 targets, 36 catches. He's not going to get all of those. He still has to deal with Kareem Hunt, but he is going to get some work in that receiving area because Kareem Hunt has to take a break as well. But then you see the yards per carry averaging 5 yards a carry that is elite, 8 touchdowns that can go up to another level, almost 1,500 yards rushing. That is insane. All right, Nick Chubb is definitely a guy you can get in that first round, or he can fall to you in that second. Wide receivers, Odell Beckham, I have been avoiding him ever since he left the New York Giants. I don't care about getting him. He's going to get his 1,000 yards, but it's the boom weeks like we used to get aren't the same. Like I said, he got just barely 1,000 yards last year, 74 catches, but the huge weeks where you get the 30s, it's not there. You got one against the Jets. Other than that, it was 11, 6, 4, 10, 13, 10, 10, 5. Like, if I'm wasting second round pick capital or third round pick capital on Odell, when I can get Godwin, when I can get DJ Moore, when I can get Juju Smith-Schuster, you're crazy. You're crazy. That's not my favorite wide receiver in that offense. So I would rather get Jarvis Landry in that 5-6 round area if I wanted to do a Cleveland Brown stack. Now, he had more receptions than Odell Beckham, and he's going later. He had more yards than Odell Beckham, and he's going later. So why not just skip Odell and go to Jarvis Landry? He's going to get that consistent work in this offense. He's going to be that Adam Thielen to Odell Beckham's Stephon Diggs in this offense. Didn't we like Adam Thielen more in that offense? Yes, we did. All right? And then in the tight ends, they have 2 top-tier tight ends, very athletic. They paid for Austin Hooper. They are going to give the ball to Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper is going to be a touchdown monster. They're going to utilize him in that red zone like they did Kyle Rudolph in the Minnesota Vikings offense. All right? And unfortunately for David Njoku, he's going to be that Irv Smith. Irv Smith had a solid season, but it's not going to be what David Njoku is come accustomed to as the number 1. Okay, unfortunately, he fell to some injury. This is Stefanski's offense. He runs. He needs 2 tight ends. Hooper is going to be the pass catching back. David Njoku is going to be that 4th, 5th option and mainly blocker. Okay, and that is going to be the Cleveland Browns stack, and that's all relied upon Baker Mayfield. He's really. We're gonna find out all about these 2018 quarterbacks: Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen. All 3 of these guys. This is make or break years for them, to me. And then the next stack, last but not least, in AFC North, we have the MVP, Lamar Jackson. This is a very easy stack to get. You get your number one quarterback in Lamar Jackson in that 2nd to 3rd round area, depending. You can get Mark Ingram in that 6th and 7th round, very late, for a starting running back, the leader of this offense. Emotional leader, vocal leader, Mark Ingram. He backs up Lamar Jackson 100%. Then you can get J.K. Dobbins 2 rounds later as the incumbent. The next is more dynasty relevant, but he is going to get some play in this Baltimore Ravens offense because they run so much. They ran 393 carries last year to running backs. So Mark Ingram can't take all that. Of course, it's going to be divided up between Ingram, Jackson, Dobbins, and Gus Edwards, and Justice Hill. They have a ton of guys. But don't forget, Mark Ingram is still the number 1. He is the veteran, and he is not, he's not going to get usurped by J.K. Dobbins. No, not yet. No, not if they're going to make this Super Bowl run. They're going to put that rock in the veterans' hands. And then a huge breakout season I see coming for Marquise Brown. He's gained 15 pounds of muscle. He still has the same speed. He needed the muscle because he's a slight frame, a small body wide receiver. Now he's getting more muscle so he can endure and last this long NFL season. I expect huge weeks from Marquise Brown. He got nicked and bruised early in the season, but the potential is there, as you saw against the Tennessee Titans with 7 catches, 11 targets, 126 yards. That's 22 points without a touchdown. Then you saw the potential in the first 2 games against Miami with 147 yards and 2 TDs, 8 catches, 13 targets, 86 yards receiving. It's there. It's definitely there. All he needs is 1 catch, and he can go to the end zone at any moment. This could be a huge year for Marquise Brown as well. And then the tight end that came out of nowhere. Only Dylan, my boy Dylan, saw this guy coming. Mark Andrews, he was talking about him. And I was like, yeah, that's the guy. They got like 4 tight ends. Like, how are you so sure about Mark Andrews? I should have never doubted you, Dylan. I should have never doubted you. This man was on point. What a great selection. Mark Andrews came with an outstanding year for a pretty much undrafted rookie tight end. Dominated targets. As you can see, 8, 9, 7, 8, 7, 8. If you get those type of targets from a tight end, that is an elite tight end. That's Kelsey and Kittle range type of targets. Okay, Mark Andrews was an absolute beast, and I see him getting even more work since Hayden Hurst has left the Ravens, and now it's going to be more snaps for Mark Andrews. So this stack is going to be my favorite stack. That's why I left it for last. Baltimore Ravens is something you can get, and I start all these guys all in one lineup, and still wouldn't care because this is the number 1 offense with the MVP quarterback right here. I'll probably leave out Dobbins, but I'm just saying this is a very dangerous stack to have, and I would be scared if I seen this in fantasy, in best ball, in DraftKings, in FanDuel. It doesn't matter. All right, that's a very dangerous stack. And that's going to be today's video, AFC North stacks. You got to watch out for them Baltimore Ravens. Dangerous. Very dangerous team. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessengerD. I'll be back tomorrow with the last AFC divisional stack. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.